Here in Milwaukee, MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Milwaukee Brewers. First pitch coming at you right after the break. So just about set now. Starting on the mound in this one, Brandon Woodruff. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of tough situations and get his team back in the dugout.
Enrique Hernandez, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. Ball. There's a swing and a miss.
2-1. Ball.
That one misses. So a
your base.
leadoff walk.
Now, this was a story we were paying attention to before the game. We've seen him give up walks in the past, and it's an issue once again early on.
Here's Mookie now. Fastball for a strike. 0-1.
0-1.
That one is
Ball,
upstairs.
that's up.
Runner on the go. And that is out of play. Just outside. It's 2-2.
Really good
Two
take,
balls,
especially with 2
2
strikes.
Hernandez on at first. Nobody out. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's the moneymaker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from the same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Freddie Freeman in now. Takes ball 1 off the plate. Runner takes off. Foul ball there. Man at first, 1 away. Runner goes again. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Ow!
Usually when you see a team try to steal a base in the early innings, it tells you they want to be aggressive on offense. Try to force the defense to make plays and slow them down. That's exactly what they did right there. So we'll see if that caught stealing changes the offensive approach moving forward.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. 2 out, space is empty. And Freddie takes the K. Dodgers go down quietly, and now the Brewers will get their first cuts. No score. Back after this on the show. Back here in Milwaukee, getting the nod on the mound, number 80. Singy, he's kind of a road warrior, yeah?
I definitely say so. Some guys shrink a little bit on the road. They're so used to just having the comforts of being at home and having the fans behind them. But this guy seems to thrive in adversity and being in some hostile environment. So when you have a player like this on your team that goes out there and competes, you definitely like your chances away from your home ballpark.
Sal Frelick leading things off and takes a strike. Not
One
even
ball, one
close
strike.
there. And that's ball one. And that's a little bit high. That one hit to right. And that's a fair ball.
Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely. And that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
And now it's William Contreras. In for a strike. 0-1. And the righty deals. Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. Makes the catch, and there's one gone. Let's take a look at the Brewers lineup. And something they've talked about needing to improve on moving forward is their ability to apply consistent pressure, Chris. Right now, it's not a club that gets on base enough.
And sometimes, Boog, you just need a hitter to go up there and grind out an at-bat, maybe have 11, 12 pitches, and all of a sudden players get fired up in the dugout, and they want to do the same thing. And before you know it, you start to get base runners on, and you get a big hit, and all of a sudden you ride that wave for a few days and go on a winning streak. That's something they definitely could use.
Christian Yelich, batting with one down, takes a strike. Throw to first. Freeland back in on a dive. There's a strike. 95 of that one.
Don't play situation here. He's been working up in the zone. Typically, you look for guys to get that ground ball. See if he adjusts on this next pitch.
Going to count
One
and
ball,
two.
two strikes.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
First and second, one out. Jackson Chorio, the next to hit. Fought off foul.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Two on, one out. Swinging a foul out of play. The 0-2. In the dirt. Save. And now second and third with one gone. Both runners move up on the wild pitch, and the double play is no longer in order.
Well, that could end up being pretty costly right there. They had the double play set up as a way to get out of the inning, but instead it becomes a big strikeout situation with two in scoring position.
One down, runners at second and third. Fights it off, he'll see another. Number 70, ready or not, in the game now after the injury.
And never an easy situation coming in with runners at second and third. He's got a base to work with, so he doesn't have to be perfect, but he does have to make some quality pitches.
That misses the zone. 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Huge strikeout there.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to step up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big 2-out at bat coming up now.
Bryce Terang in the box now. Takes strike one. Two outs. Line drive. Sends it across to first. And that is that. End of one. And we're still scoreless. Second inning set to go. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Andy Pages. Woodruff back to work. Pages, 24 years old, and he was born in Cuba. Woodruff deals. Fouled off down the right side. The 1-1. Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. On the ground. And foul ball. And that's way high. And it's 2-2. That one missed.
Good location, good take. Sometimes you want the hitter to prove he can lay off that pitch.
In the air, left field, down the line. Fair ball.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
Michael Conforto will climb in. That one finds the zone. Strike one. Pages aboard here at first with nobody out.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
0-2 now. That one just misses.
1-2.
And a foul ball, he stays alive.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, you see him trying to pull that inside pitch right there, and that's not the kind of approach that you want to have. Even if you do get to it, it's going to be very difficult to keep it fair. You're just going to make it a long strike at best. You have to be able to stay within the baseball on the inside of that path to it, and that way, if you're a little quick, the ball gets hit hard somewhere, and it's not foul.
And And now Haesung Kim.
0-1.
Second inning here, no score. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. 2 down. Miguel Rojas at the plate. And when you talk about elite defensive third baseman, this guy is at the top of the list. And first offering is fouled off.
This guy plays third base like he's a shortstop, and he welcomes the difficult play, can throw from so many different angles, and makes really tough plays look very easy.
On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom half of inning number 2. Up now for Milwaukee, number 21. First pitch doesn't find the zone. So what are the skills you look for that make a really good defensive third baseman that elite?
Well, Boog, one of the things I think about immediately are just the feet. Does he have good feet? Is he able to quickly react? And when you have good feet, you've got soft hands. And soft hand defenders are able to make tough plays look easy.
The lefty ready, and a 1-1. Next offering popped in the air, right field. Ruiz makes the play. 1 up, 1 down. Now here's Jake Bowers. And that's in for a strike. It's 0-1. 1 out, bases empty. Right through there for a strike.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
Struck him out looking.
No, that was a pretty poor at bat. He just never got the bat off of his shoulder. I mean, you got to go up there looking to swing at some point, especially once you're down 0-2. And at that point, make an adjustment, look to put the ball in play if it's anywhere close. And I'm just not sure what the plan was there.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Andrew Monasterio. That one fouled off. Two down, nobody on. And ball 1.
1-1.
The shortstop takes the ball. And that misses. 3 balls and a strike.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
And that's too high, ball 4.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Runner at first with 2 away. Eric Haas up now for the Brewers. That's down and in.
No strikes.
Next offering is fouled back. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Bottom half of inning number 2. Ripped to short, They get the force, and that is the inning. Milwaukee leaves one. We'll move to the third with no score. New inning getting started, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Dalton Rushing. That one's in there. That's strike one.
Well, the key to his success is getting ahead early in the count. He cannot afford to go deep in the counts. Doesn't have a ton of swing and miss stuff, so he's going to have to work efficiently.
That misses. 1-2 to count. Good eye right there. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
He just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
And up next for Los Angeles, Esteury Ruiz. That's too low.
That missed.
Ball
That's a
one.
Ball. 1-0.
One down, base is empty. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Makes the catch for the out.
Now batting, designated hitter, Kike Hernandez.
Back to the top of the lineup. And Kike Hernandez at the plate. He reached on a walk his first time.
Here we go, Brewers. Here we go.
Liner to second and picked on the hop. Over to first. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Just kind of sailed that throw and pulled it across his body towards the right field side of first base. And usually that means the fielder just didn't square up his shoulders to the target. And I think that throw had just as much to do with his footwork as anything else.
Here's Mookie Betts at the plate now. He's one of the few players in baseball history to win the MVP and World Series in the same season.
Yeah, that 2018 Red Sox season was special.
And so was 2024 for Mookie and the Dodgers. Just like that Boston team, LA won the World Series with the MVP in their roster. Instead of Mookie, though, it was Shohei who claimed the double. Out in front and foul to the left side. Stays alive.
Wow, he got away with a mistake right there.
Hernandez leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
One ball, 2 strikes.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. And fouled off. And now it's even up. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
First and second, 2 down. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. 3, got him swinging. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Back here at American Family Field, digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Sal Frelick.
You know, this is kind of a tough matchup as a left-handed hitter facing a left-handed pitcher. What you tell yourself is, I want to stay square to the plate, try to hit the ball over the shortstop's head.
And a curveball is
That's the ball.
just outside. The 1-1 is fouled off. Lined into right. And that gets down for a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Now batting is designated.
And next is the designated hitter, William Contreras. Right through there for a strike.
Well, here's a good opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to get going.
And that one upstairs, ball 1. And that misses.
That's the ball.
And it's 2-1. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Still tied at 0, last of the 3rd. On the ground, 2 ball. Betts tossed to second, on to Freddie. Double play.
Nice soft hands on the backhand right there in the 6 hole. Starts the double play. It's not an easy throw, but he puts it on the money. Really good job to get that double play started.
And now it's Christian Yelich. 1 for 1 with a single so far. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And another ball.
Well, usually a high level of
2 balls, no
confidence when
strikes.
you're facing a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0, he's put himself in a really good spot.
2-0 to count. Here it comes. That one pushed foul out of play off to the left. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one's back. See you later. That one felt good, and the Brewers had the lead. It's 1-0.
That's a fun way to take the lead. Just hit one out of the park. I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Out towards right center. That's well struck. That one opts against the fence. And he's in at second with a 2-out double.
Just a total nightmare for lefties. I'd be very surprised to see that matchup again. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
So runner at second, 2 down. Bryce Terang digs in now. Grounded out his first time up. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike. Two outs and one in scoring position.
Ball.
In the dirt to third. Tag, got him. They limit the damage here. One scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now 1-0. Major League Baseball is on the show. And we're back. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, Andy Pajes.
You got this, Milwaukee.
That's outside. 1-0.
You know, these Dodgers just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Finish him.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
Just a great slider right there. And I think the key for pitchers and what hitters don't want to see is if a pitcher misses with that pitch, that he misses off the edge of the strike zone rather than in the middle of the strike zone. And right there, excellent execution, and it finished up in a perfect spot.
And here is Michael Conforto. Late on that fastball.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Swing and a ground ball. Terang slings to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, second baseman, Hassan Kim.
And next for L.A., Hesung Kim. Flied to right his first time. That one off the mark. Ball 1. He swings and fouls one off. And 1-2.
They'll try to bunt for a hit right there, and you can tell he's trying to get something, anything going offensively.
And he grounds one to the right side. Tosses to first, and he has thrown 4 shutout innings. Nothing across here this half. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Brewers 1 and the Dodgers nothing. Back here in Milwaukee, bottom 4 up now for Milwaukee, Bryce Terang. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. That one hooked foul.
Well, he gets to balls that get by most people at that position. Just really impressive because there's certain times the ball comes off the bat, automatically that team that hit it thinks that they've got a base hit or they may have extra bases, and he just takes it away.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. And it beats him for the first out after the drop third strike.
Well, obviously, that was nowhere near the strike zone by the time it got to the plate. And people at home watching are thinking, what's he swinging at? But I'll tell you, some of the break guys snap off these days is just devastating. It can be so tough to recognize where a pitch like that's going to end up.
Number 21 in the box now. No balls and a strike. And it's 1-1.
1-1.
And it's strike two. Next offering upstairs. And that skips in the dirt. On the ground to third, Rojas. And he beats the throw. Shows off the wheels right there, an infield single.
That's why you run hard 90 feet. Take nothing for granted, especially when you've got great speed. I'll take the infield knock.
Runner on at first with one gone. And now the first baseman, Jake Bowers. He's 0 for 1. Line to left, and that's a fair ball. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily.
Back-to-back base hits. That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
Next for Milwaukee, Andrew Monasterio walked his first time. That one drilled left field. Conforto right there to make the grab. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Brewers, catcher, Eric Haas.
And here's the catcher, Eric Haas. And that's in there for strike 1.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat, drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
Misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Dodgers bullpen with some action. Number 86 looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Ohtani also throwing. Runner at second, 2 down. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Conforto. And the inning is over. Brewers pick up a run on this RBI double. And it's 2-zip. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready now for the 5th inning. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Miguel Rojas. Woodruff back to work. And that misses. And that is ball 1.
You know, these Dodgers doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way. And I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. Starter's leash has to be getting tighter with his pitch count where it is. But so far, he's been really effective in this one.
Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. Whips it to first on the run. And very nicely done for the out. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Dalton Rushing. His first at-bat was a strikeout.
You know, sometimes it just takes getting to the bullpen in order to be able to score runs, and that might be the case today.
The Dodgers trailing by 2, and we're at the top of the 5th. Strike 2. Well, the Dodgers are going to have to try and come from behind and try and get that offense going. On the ground, right side. Throw over to Bowers. And a couple of quick outs.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line. He's controlling things out there on the mound, not messing around at all. He's been in attack mode since the very start.
Ruiz
One ball,
stands
no
in with 2 away as he takes a ball. The next offering misses, and the count now 2-0.
2-0. That's high. That's a ball.
And that's in there at the knees. Slice to right. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that's the 3rd out. He continues to roll on the mound as 5 shutout innings are in the books. It's the Brewers 2 and the Dodgers nothing. Back here at American Family Field. Now it's the right fielder, Sal Frelick. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. Check swing, and he went. And it's 0-1. So how much does his speed factor into his ability to go get it?
It's heartbreaking for the hitter because off the bat, he thinks this ball is going to get down. Because of that speed and the ability to make up so much ground, he enters the picture and breaks a guy's heart.
And that's off the inside edge. And it's 2-1. Right side, Kim. Whips it to first. And the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th.
Now batting, designated hitter, William Contreras.
William Contreras up now for the Brewers. 0 for 2 in this one.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial Gold Glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
And he'll just eat it. That's an infield single.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
One gone, runner at first. Christian Yelich up now for the Brewers. And a foul ball. Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid. I remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed. Contreras, the base runner at first with 1 out. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. So up next, Jackson Chourio, 1 for 2.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. And there's the strike. Swing and a soft liner out to left field. It falls for a hit. And now first and second with 2 outs. This is Bryce Terang. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And that'll fall for a base hit. The throw in, but it's offline. He takes
Couple of singles back to back. That ball right there landed in what they call the no man's land, meaning it's not really a spot on the field where you can expect anyone to get to it easily. I mean, it's a tough play going back for the shortstop, but also for the outfielders trying to come in. They got to go a long way as well.
And I think Dave Roberts is coming out of the dugout. Number 70 won't go any further tonight. And the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Shohei Ohtani.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
First and second, 2 outs. Here's the third baseman.
I'm curious how he decides to attack on the mound. This guy at the plate has been great hitting under pressure this year.
Ball, that's
First
high.
pitch misses. Swings through the sweeper. Ohtani, he's kind of a
1-1.
prototypical bullpen arm in today's game. Electric stuff that results in a ton of strikeouts. In a tough spot like this, that is a big-time benefit. The 1-1 is fouled off. Traffic on the bases with one already in. Last half of inning number 5. That misses. And that's ball 2.
As a hitter, when a guy like this comes into the game, you feel like he's standing on top of you, and it's just attack mode coming right at you, expecting to get a swing and miss.
Out to short, bats up with it. They take the force out. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now 3-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back. Top of the 6th inning. Here's Kike Hernandez.
Kike Hernandez.
Breaking ball misses down and away. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
That's a strike. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But, you know, it happens.
Here's Mookie Betts now. And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. And that one fouled off. That one just misses. And a count 1-2. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Gets a piece and stays alive.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Let's go, Brewers!
Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Tasked with 1, 2, and 3 to start this inning, but no trouble so far. I'm sure he'd love to strike out the side here. Make a little statement, but you got to be composed in this spot. Focus on getting this next guy. You got 2 good outs. Want to get the third one and avoid the middle of that lineup coming up with a base runner. Could become dangerous.
Freeman in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. And that's outside.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
Next offering is in for a strike.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at bat.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Two outs. Set down on strikes. And he strikes out the side for the second time today. So another good inning for him on the mound. 6 shutout innings now. It's the Brewers 3 and the Dodgers nothing. Well, we go bottom 6, and now it's going to be Jake Bauers. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Activity in the bullpen. Kirby Yates looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Number 86, a left-hander, also throwing. Foul ball. Inside, just missed.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Pitch is in for a strike. It's 2-2. In the air, fairly deep to right field. Ruiz gets under it. 1 away.
Now batting, shortstop, Andrew.
So digging in, Andrew Monasterio. Ball 1 there.
Ball.
That missed by a lot. 2-0. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
2-2.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's 2 down. 2 down, base is empty. Here's the catcher, Eric Haas. And a sweeper misses for a ball.
1-0.
And another ball. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Next offering is down low. The right-hander gives up the two-out walk.
One of the things about that two-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a two-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Freeland stands in now and watches strike one.
That splitty's a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand, looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Fouled off left side. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Rushing down to first with it. That completes the strikeout, inning over. So it's no runs on no hits, no errors, and a runner left. Seventh inning coming up. It's the Brewers 3 and the Dodgers nothing. Welcome back. We're in the seventh. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Grant Anderson.
Should be a good first matchup for him here. He's been doing a great job against right-handed bats so far this season. They've had a lot of trouble squaring him up.
Now here is Andy Pajes.
Let's go, Brewers!
In the air, center field. Chorio under it. He's got it. And a quick out, number one.
Now batting, left fielder, Michael Conforto.
The batter will be Michael Conforto.
Here we go, Brewers! Here we go!
Just
That's it,
missed.
ball.
Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Nick Mears up and throwing. Uribe warming up as well.
Ball.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. And a base hit. And they have their first hit since the third inning.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Now at the plate, Hesung Kim. Off the mark there. And that's ball one.
Now, these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
That one the other way. Hauls it in, and there's two away.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
And up next for Los Angeles, Miguel Rojas has grounded out a couple of times. Outside
One ball,
low,
no strikes.
and it's 1-0.
Come on, Blue Crew!
Outside
No,
with a
that's out.
breaking ball. Two outs. Swing and a grounder foul first base side.
Let's go, Milwaukee!
That one fouled off, 2-2. Conforto off of first with 2 away.
You got this.
Got him swinging. So the Dodgers leave one, still down 3-0. Bottom of the 7th. Here's the Brewers DH, William Contreras.
William Contreras.
And first offering is fouled off. All right, Singy, you know I'm a dork. Shohei Ohtani, go back to May 5th, 2022 at Fenway Park. He tossed a complete game through 99 pitches. Get this, 81 strikes. It was the most strikes thrown with less than 100 pitches in a game since they started tracking pitch counts.
That's just unreal.
Up next for the Brewers, left fielder, Christian.
Here comes Christian Yelich. He blasted one out earlier in the 3rd.
Just a solo home run, but an important swing of the bat in this game. We've already seen him do it once. Can he do it again?
Yeah, that's fouled off.
Here we go, Milwaukee.
And takes low for ball 1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at-bat.
Inside. Now 2-2.
2-2.
Nobody out. Runner at first. Some heat there at 98 miles an hour.
I'm not saying it wasn't a strike or, you know, it was a ball, whatever, but just the location with that velocity. It's hard enough to, even if the velocity's not great, but that velocity, that location, tip your cap.
And here is Jackson Chourio. In there, and it's 0-1. And the sweeper
1-1.
is off the plate. This one in the air, center field. Pajes settles under it. Snags it for the 2nd out.
Now batting, second baseman, Bryce.
So a man aboard. Stepping in, Bryce Terang. On the ground, right side. They get the force, and that'll do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Brewers 3 and the Dodgers nothing.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Nick Mears.
And if you dig into his walk rate, his numbers are really impressive. He's really filled up the strike zone this season, so these batters better be ready to swing the bats.
Dalton Rushing getting ready to hit.
Dalton Rushing.
Come on, Brewers.
Swing and a foul straight back.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the ninth with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
And that one fouled off.
Punch him out.
That one to first. Bowers. The flip to the pitcher covering. And that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
Mears, in his 4th year, 28 years old. And they went out and made a trade for him last season. Ruiz in the box again. Takes a strike.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
Next offering is fouled back. That one not close. Now 1-2. And there's a ball.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to lay off.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Base is empty, one away, and we're in the top of the 8th. That one out to right. Into the dive, and he got it.
You love to see when a guy's hungry to make a play. Right there, an excellent diving catch. You can absolutely tell he was all in tracking that ball down.
Here's Kike Hernandez. That one's in there, 0-1.
0-1.
They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. The 1-1. And that one pulled foul. And now 2-2. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. Nothing doing here this half. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Brewers 3 and the Dodgers nothing. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Kirby Yates.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Now the third baseman, 1 for 3. Pitch misses, and that's ball 1. Top of the zone for a called strike.
What's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished
little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Next offering in there for a strike. 1-2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. One, two now. Way high.
2-2.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Two down. That's inside. Battling here as he fouls it away. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
Next for the Brewers, Jake Bauers.
Hey, now let's go.
1-0.
This one in the dirt. To second, but way too late. Safe there. And now a man into scoring position.
Well, Boog, not exactly making him earn it right now with the walk and now a wild pitch. He's going to need to find a way to refocus out there, get back in the strike zone before this unravels on him.
Get hype, Milwaukee.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning.
Come on, Milwaukee.
Come on, take him deep.
Man at second. Swings and misses. And that's the first out.
Boog gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a two-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. I mean, with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate, so very difficult to get the barrel on it.
Yates checks the runner, and he dives back in safely. Monasterio at the plate and takes high there. Next
Yeah.
offering is in for a strike.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Hit weakly on the ground towards second. Throw on to Freeman. 2 away.
Up next for the Brewers, catcher, Eric.
Here's the Brewers catcher now, Eric Haas.
Well, bottom of the order here, Boog. You got to go right after this guy.
As they look to pick up an add-on run, and the number 9 guy at the plate. Clips the corner. Strike 1. That one at the knees for a strike.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball, so you cheat a little bit, and then by the time it gets there, it's out of the swing plane.
Goes down looking for the strikeout. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone. Brewers strand 1, but they lead at 3-0. We're back, and on the mound is the closer, Trevor McGill.
Big swing and miss stuff right here, Boog. Averaging more than 1 strikeout per inning this season. So far, he's been pretty electric.
Here's Betts. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. Here comes a pitch. Ripped on a line. Yelich hauls it in, and there's 1 away.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
He's 2 outs away. Here is Freddie Freeman. And first offering is fouled off.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
Now 1-1. And a strike right through there. That one at triple digits.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
And that's a base hit.
Now batting, the center fielder, Andy Pajes.
Man at first, and now Andy Pajes. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike. That one at triple digits.
They can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
That one down the line, and it goes just foul. Foul ball still 0-2. Freeman, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Swings through it for the K. Just 1 out remaining for the Dodgers.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for. A bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location. But clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
Conforto in the box now as he leaves that one up high.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
That one's in there, and it's 1-1.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
The Dodgers down to their final strike. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Up with it, fires to first. In time, ball game. And the strikeout ends it.
This is just a nice win. 3-0 ball game. You feel comfortable about the 3 runs that you scored, but you also know that if you're not careful, a bloop, a base hit, and a home run ties everything up. But it was great pitching. Timely hitting really made the difference.
A shutout in this one. 3-0 our final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.